Hey everyone, my name is Ray, and my life is amazing. At work, I hang out with my buddy Eric, and we spend most of our time watching YouTube videos instead of actually doing anything. And at night, we play music at our local club. I think I'm the best drummer this world has ever seen. Life was going great, until one day, I discovered blood in my urine. Immediately, I went straight to the doctor's office. My family physician had a grave expression on his face, like he was about to tell me that his cat just died. You're showing some symptoms of bladder cancer. I know you've been seeing blood in your urine and feeling a burning, painful sensation when you urinate. Because of that, I've decided to refer you to a urologist, Dr. Raza. Walking home from the clinic, I felt so scared. I felt like my whole world was crumbling around me. Bladder cancer? I never imagined something like this could happen to me. The walk home felt longer than usual, each step heavier than the last. When I finally got home, I sat down at my kitchen table, staring blankly at the wall. Thoughts raced through my mind. Fear, uncertainty, and questions I didn't even know how to ask. What does this mean for my future? How will I tell my family and friends? Will I still be able to play music, to enjoy the things that I love? But amidst the chaos of my thoughts, there was a glimmer of hope. The appointment with Dr. Raza. Maybe he would have answers. Maybe he could help me navigate through this dark tunnel that I found myself in. Waiting for my video call appointment with Dr. Raza felt like an eternity. Every passing minute was filled with anxiety and anticipation. But when the screen finally lit up with his face, I took a deep breath and prepared myself for the conversation.
Hello Ray, I'm Dr. Raza. I understand you're feeling worried about the test results. Let's talk about what we found and what our next steps are. So, as you know, your bladder is a balloon-like organ in your lower abdomen that holds urine inside. And bladder cancer happens when cells begin to randomly multiply. The type of cancer you have, which we have diagnosed you with, it is called as urothelial carcinoma, cancer that begins in the cells that line the inside of your bladder. I understand that you've been seeing blood in the urine recently. This is called as hematuria, which is a major symptom of bladder cancer because you immediately went to speak to your doctor and we were able to catch the cancer early on in its most treatable stage. Other symptoms that one may experience with a bladder cancer is frequent urination, a burning sensation while urinating, or feeling as if you need to urinate even if your bladder isn't full. Early stage bladder cancer, such as yours, is called as non-muscle invasive bladder cancer, and the survival rates are pretty good. Due to your fast and prompt action, your tumor is only in the tissue lining the inside of the bladder and hasn't progressed yet. These cases have around 97% 5-year survival rate. The survival rate drops to much more progressed stages of this cancer, such as about 71% for localized bladder cancer and about close to 40% for regional cancer, and further dropping down to just 8% for metastatic cancer. Hence, it is very important to identify bladder cancer at earlier stages, like in your case, that you promptly seek the attention of your doctor. So let's talk a little bit about further management options. So one option of bladder cancer, especially when it is low grade, is to just keep surveillance going on for some time, which basically comprises of a cystoscopic or video examination of your bladder, where a camera is introduced inside the bladder and the inner lining of the bladder is visualized to make sure that the tumor is not coming back. In your case, which is high grade, although it is just confined to the inner lining, we still need to administer additional treatment to prevent from this tumor from coming back or progressing to more advanced stages, along with the surveillance that I just described, which happens on a very periodic fashion. The treatments that we give you basically comprise of two types of treatments. One is called as the immune-based treatments or chemotherapy-based treatments. When we talk about the immune-based treatment, basically it is a BCG is utilized for that. Just like tuberculosis bacteria, BCG is an inactive form of tuberculosis bacteria, which is very commonly used in many parts of this world as a vaccine to prevent from active tuberculosis disease by stimulating the immune system. In a similar way, the BCG is in a liquid form, which is placed inside the bladder with the help of a catheter, and it is left inside to stimulate the inner lining of the bladder and the rest of the immune system, so that the immune cells can come down into the bladder and basically kill the cancer cells and prevent from bladder cancer from coming back or being more aggressive or progressive in nature. That is one type of treatment. Another type of treatment is chemotherapy, just like any other chemotherapy for any other cancer, which basically kills the tumor cells. In the same way, we use chemotherapy to put inside the bladder, the same way as BCG, inside the bladder, to allow the effect of the chemotherapeutic drug to basically kill your tumor cells. In that case, again, the aim is to prevent the disease from coming back and to prevent it from progressing into a more advanced stage. The benefit of leaving medication inside the bladder or a chemotherapy drug inside the bladder is that it prevents from having other systemic side effects which are commonly associated with chemotherapy treatment when it is given through the veins, which is loss of hair, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, weight loss. All of those side effects are basically avoided. Some of the common side effects that one can experience when medication is instilled or put inside the bladder with BCG or with chemotherapy is more frequent urination, some burning of urination. They can experience some blood in the urine, or they can actually catch a urine infection. Other than that, these treatments are very well tolerated and have a very, very good success rate. In the end, I would just say, Roy, that don't be concerned. We have picked up the disease at the right time, and we have various treatments available to take care of it. And I wish you all the success in the future. If you have any additional questions, you can reach out to me for more information.
As Dr. Raza explained the ins and outs of bladder cancer through the video call, I felt a weight lifting off my shoulders. Suddenly, the unknown didn't seem so daunting anymore. With each word, I gained a sense of control over my situation. The road to recovery wasn't easy. There were days filled with doubt and discomfort. But with the support of my loved ones and the guidance of Dr. Raza, I found the strength to keep going. Today, I'm happy to say that I'm cancer-free. I'm living life to the fullest, cherishing every moment and every beat of the drum. Bladder cancer may have been a bump in the road, but it's not the end of my journey. With determination and perseverance, I'm ready to face whatever comes my way. In the end, I ask all of you to watch out for any of these signs of bladder cancer and to head straight to your family doctor if you see any. Remember, the first step to curing a disease is to catch it early on. I'm Ray, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.